What is good, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel and welcome back to another video. And today, as you guys saw in the title, I am gonna go a little bit more in depth about my current training split for this bulk, because I feel like every time I explain what I'm doing or what's my plan when I'm bulking, I go a little bit overall the main points, but I never really get to talk about it in depth. And I think that's a good thing, because I think that's gonna give you guys proper value about how I do things and why I do them the way I do them and what helps me the most, and maybe you guys can get a few tips here and there about it. So first things first, split is going to be a 4 days split with 2 rotations, meaning that I'm going to be training everything every 8 to 9 days, depending on how many rest days a week I take. It's usually 1, but sometimes it's 2 or 3, depending if there's a lot of stuff going on with the girlfriend, or we are planning something, or maybe I'm totally booked with work, then maybe it's an extra rest day. But overall, it's going to be 1 to 2 rest days a week, and split is going to be chest and triceps, legs, back and biceps, shoulders and arms. Now, why shoulders and arms completely separated on their own day? The only reason why is it's actually 2 reasons why. Number 1, shoulders is one of my main priorities when it comes to like adding tissue. I think that because of my previous injuries, they fell a little bit behind compared to the rest of my physique, and I really want to bring them up. So I really want to be able to provide them with the proper and enough intensity that they need to grow. And number 2, because of that exact same reason, if I do a full push day, meaning chest, triceps and shoulders, by the time I'm doing shoulders, I'm already too fatigued. My shoulder, especially my right shoulder, the fucking right shoulder, it's a little bit too, not hurting, but a little bit of discomfort, and I don't really like that. So I prefer to just take it off, put it on a different day, and just take my time to do it, okay? Now, every single day is gonna start with a compound movement. Chest is gonna be, first day, we're gonna start with a flat bench press, and the second chest day of the rotation, we are gonna start with an incline bench press. For legs, one day it's gonna be more focused on quads, while the other one is gonna be more focused on hamstrings and glutes. That means one of the days I will start with squats, barbell squats, or any other variation of squats, and the other one, it's gonna be Romanian deadlift and hip thrust, okay? I'm really loving the Romanian deadlift lately, so I'm really working on it, working on getting stronger, working on getting a proper, good hip movement and proper hamstrings activation and mind muscle connection. So that's gonna be the main exercise on my second leg day, okay? Now, pull days, I really like deadlifts. However, because one of my leg days starts with Romanian deadlifts, depending on what part of the rotation I'm doing, the next day I would have to do also deadlifts, and that is not really optimal. So I'm switching it every now and then between deadlifts and bent over barbell rows, and sometimes even rack pulls, okay? Still, you guys know me, you guys, that I always want to get stronger on the bench, on the squats and the deadlift, and that is happening. But I really need to adapt every now and then the deadlift, because I don't want to do Romanian deadlift one day and then conventional deadlift the next day, because then by the 3rd day I'm just fucking done and in the hospital, right? Anyways, then 4th day, shoulders and arms. First shoulders day is gonna be some sort of dumbbell press, whether it's Arnold press or normal seated dumbbell press, and the second one is gonna be the seated military press, which I'm really loving lately, because I'm starting to lift heavier weights, heavier at least for me, and I'm not feeling any type of discomfort on my shoulder, which is really good, and it's very good news for me, because you guys know the past with the shoulder. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Now, working sets per week, usually anywhere between 20 to 30 for big muscle groups and 12 to 18 for small muscle groups. But what I'm really finding out during this bulk is that since now I'm doing less working sets per week than I used to, and I'm resting more, I'm growing faster and I'm getting stronger faster, which is something that is, it's really nice to experience, and I didn't think that would happen as fast as it is happening, because I'm training less and doing less. But hey, you know, sometimes less is more, and that seems to be totally the case for this bulk, okay? Less working sets per week, less training days per week, because some weeks, like I said, maybe it's 4 or 5 days of training, while last year or the previous year would be 6 or even 7. And that is really allowing me to recover properly, regenerate my muscles properly, and therefore apply the right intensity on each and every single session, which obviously leads to more and better growth. Okay, now one of the things that or at least I feel like I need to talk about is the fact that I'm gonna be hitting arms like 4 or 5 times per week because, well, chest day, well, it's gonna be chest and triceps, then pull day is gonna be biceps as well, then also arms on their separate day. I know that might seem very high frequency, however, on chest and on pull days, I'm only doing 3 to 4 sets of triceps when I'm doing chest and biceps when I'm doing back, because I really want to give them my all when I'm training them on their own with my shoulders. So I'm not trying to get Bradley Martin's arms, even though I wouldn't complain, to be honest, but no, I'm really not having that really high frequency in the arms, at least not that intensively. My main points to bring up this bulk, as always for me, are my back, because I feel like it needs a lot of thickness still and a little bit more width. Also the legs, always the legs, especially the quads, and to be honest, my glutes, because I really want a fucking massive ass and I don't have one, so I'm working on it. And shoulders, especially because of my injury, because, well, in the past I had to basically not train them at all for a few months, and that, like I said, that just led to them being a little bit disproportionate with the rest of the physique, and I really want to fix that. I'm pretty much there, I feel, or at least I think that I'm pretty much there, but I really want to put in a lot of work on them because I feel like they still need a lot of catch up to do. But yeah, like I said, main points: back, glutes and quads and calves, but I don't even mention it because, well, what's the point? They are not gonna grow anyways. Bada bop boom pow. And my shoulders, right? Those are the main points for me for this bulk, and those are the points that are getting the most amount of work and training volume. As always, this is just the starting point because, well, as of today, I've been bulking for a month and a half, 2 months now, I would say, because I would say that I started this bulk properly mid-October or almost at the end of October. So I would say this is gonna be pretty much 2 months now. Still a long way to go because this is gonna be a proper smart bulk. I don't want it to be like 6 months of bulking just to gain a few kilos and a few extra kilos of fat and then just cut and look exactly the same that I did last year. I want this to be a proper lean muscle growth phase, and that's gonna probably take me over a year, which I'm totally fine with because I really need to put a lot of muscle tissue on this frame. So yeah, just a long process, but always worth it. And I was gonna say, is that this is just the beginning. I would probably start doing changes and adjustments to my split as I go and as I keep training and as I see how my physique evolves and as I see what needs more work and what needs less. But that's something that I will tell you guys when happens because, well, as always, I will keep you guys updated with everything I do. Hopefully you guys will be able to learn something from it or get some inspiration or just get some ideas. I know that this was kind of like a quick video, but I think it was a necessary one because, like I said, I don't really think that I ever go in depth talking about my training split, and I think it was about damn time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you guys liked it. As always, don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to join the family if you haven't already. Thank you so much if you do, and I'll see you in the next one.